folks, today we are going to speak about innovation processes in Google. So let's first answer the question, what is Google?
What is Google? Google is the largest search engine provider on the internet. As of January 2013, Google has a worldwide market share of 90.5% of all search queries. Google's revenue in 2012 was $50 billion, with a net income of $10.7 billion. $46 billion of the revenue come from Google's core business, while the other part is generated by hardware sales from Motorola, which was acquired by Google in August 2011. 47% of that revenue were made in the US, and around 54,000 employees in 87 subsidiaries make sure that Google's business is going on.
What is Google's main business then?
Advertising. They distinguish two products, AdWords and AdSense. While AdWords focuses on displaying ads when you work within the Google network, AdSense provides content-related ads for third-party providers that want to earn money with their website. In 2012, the revenues from AdWords summed up to $31 billion, while AdSense revenues were $12.5 billion. But Google's market is changing. More people access the internet via mobile devices, especially in emerging economies like South Africa or Brazil.
So now that we know what Google is, how are they actually engaging in strategic entrepreneurship?
In the annual report for stakeholders of 2012, Google writes,
"We face intense competition. If we do not continue to innovate and provide products and services that are useful to users, we may not remain competitive and our revenues and operating results could be adversely affected."
So Google needs to innovate to stay big. One success factor lies within the culture, which is defined by their values and their mission.
Our mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful.
Marissa Mayer, former vice president at Google, describes the fast follow innovation strategy as first, allowing small teams to work together, second, allowing ideas to come from everywhere, and third, giving employees 20% free time to work on any projects they have passion for. So Google's culture is supposed to help people being creative. The offices are inviting to collaborate and are arranged such that there are lots of possibilities for communication and exchange. Successful projects like Google Mail and Google News resulted from the 20% of the free time. But the time could as well be used for a social project.
Is that all?
No, it's not. Every Googler is encouraged to take risks. If they failed, this is not a big deal, but they are expected to learn from their failures. This helps being better in the future. Due to the fact that Google innovates, they get more customers using their products. This increases their sales of ads, which means they get more money, thus allowing them to keep on hiring the best and best fitting people from over 100,000 applicants a month. But sometimes hiring the best people is not enough. Sometimes a startup has a better idea. Then Google is known for buying the company, the idea, the people and the market share.
This seems to be some kind of circle.
Yes, it is. More employees lead to more ideas, which then leads to more innovation. Thus, you get more market share, are able to increase revenue and have the money to invest in the companies and to hire people. All this momentum keeps gaining based on the research and development investments Google does. They added up to $3.8 billion in 2010, $5.2 billion in 2011, and $6.8 billion in 2012. There are two other things that help Google being successful. The first one is that they use their own software in their daily business and therefore are able to detect what is going wrong. The second point is that they open their products for content providers.
So now that we know about Google's innovation strategy today, what might be the future outcome?
What we are definitely going to see is that Google will perfect the search engine such that it's easier to use with audio comments and integrates a larger visual component. Meaning that you take a picture of something and can search for things on the picture. Furthermore, your location-based search results with Google Googles will be improved and the search engine is going to be enhanced in a way that it better understands what you mean with your search query. It is going to provide you answers to your questions and foresees the next question. This is called the semantic search engine.
Okay, that's not rocket science. Are there other projects apart from improving the search engine?
Of course, there are a lot of interesting projects going on at Google. The key word here is diversification. For example, Google Glass, the FiberNet in Kansas City, the driverless car, and corresponding robots from Google, as well as home automation with regards to the Internet of Things. We all know that Google is a very innovative place, but if you ask us whether there is still place for improvement, our answer is yes.
Actually, we think there are only minor things to improve. The first thing is that we had the impression that Google mainly focuses on the US market. We would change that to a global market perspective by establishing more subsidiaries, especially in Asia and South America, where there are only 20 subsidiaries, while the population accounts for 65%. Therefore, products could be launched more easily worldwide, while considering local differences. Secondly, we would enhance the market for enterprise applications. Therefore, we would create a general strategy for these, which include adding sales personnel and bundling products together. This also includes enhancing Google Plus and Google Drive to provide more collaboration functionality, leading to a possible increase of revenue from 1.4% to 5% in 2017. Finally, we would try to get into more cooperations with hardware producers to create more cutting-edge functionality, for example in the areas of home automation and robots. Nevertheless, Google is very well positioned for the future and we can expect a lot from them.